What's going on, guys? It is your boy Joel TFD here. Welcome back again with a brand new review for you guys today. Today we're doing the Lilo and Stitch season 1 review, and honestly I actually kind of had a little bit of fun watching this show. Honestly, definitely it's a kid show, so it wasn't as entertaining as other shows, now that I'm grown up, and look for more character development some type of way, even though some episodes did have some character development, but it was kind of very spontaneous and fillerish. But before we head straight into this review, just want to say really quickly, definitely hit the like button, also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before that end of the year. It will really mean a lot if you guys come here and reach that goal, but we're also very close to hitting 900 subscribers, so if you're new and haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. Anywho, let's head straight into this Lilo and Stitch the series season 1 review. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Again, this show definitely was a lot spontaneous, a lot of experiment of the week, obviously, in some type of way, and I liked it, but it definitely was a drag watching this. I'll be completely honest, just because again it's a kids show, but I actually really did enjoy myself on some of the episodes. Honestly, I remember the episode of Lilo and Myrtle kind of being reverse of each other, Myrtle being the Lilo and then Lilo being the Myrtle, I remember that episode. I kind of remember the baseball episode too that they had, and obviously the Angel episode too, Stitch's quote-unquote girlfriend. I thought it was actually pretty cool to see all that happening in some type of way, just kind of revisiting all those episodes and be like, yo, I remember this and I remember that, It was crazy, it generally was. And there was a few episodes too that I kind of remember, but I just can't name it at the top of my head right now. But I will admit, there was episodes where I was kind of but again, I gotta push myself back a little bit, just because it is aimed towards kids, I'm a grown-up watching Lilo and Stitch, and the reason why I'm watching this show is because I kind of like to be under pressure, when it comes to me watching stuff, honestly. And also the live action Lilo and Stitch movies coming out, and I definitely want to be prepared for ahead of its time, so I definitely am excited for that movie. I'm very, very excited for that, and I can't believe that we just finished season 1, honestly. This season 2 was actually pretty long, 39 episodes, yeah, and they're each 25 minutes long. Well, technically 21, we're gonna say, because it's a 1-minute intro and then there's a 3-minute outro, which is generally crazy, honestly. But I did like it, honestly. I did like it. I liked that I went back and watched this, it gave a lot of nostalgia, honestly. I just kind of feel not necessarily that I wasted my time, but more I can't believe I actually generally watched it, it was something that I was kind of okay, not bad, Again, I'm just happy that I went to watch this show, because it definitely gave me nostalgia, honestly, and I just kind of how I don't know how nostalgic it is in some type of way, I guess. Well, I will admit, it kind of gives me that flavor in some type of way of how I would write a kid's show in some type of way, when it comes to experiments, I guess, or something collecting wise, because this technically is a show about collecting all the experiments, obviously, and I am a collector myself, honestly. As you guys can see, my video games there, my Skylanders down there, and I also have Pokemon cards, as you can tell, I'm a huge collector. So this show kind of gives me a little bit of what's that word called, where I guess I could say satisfaction of just looking at collecting, and being yo, that's actually pretty cool, Obviously, it would be cooler if it was more adultish and some type, not adultish, but if it was built nowadays, with actual character development throughout the whole series, instead of just in one episode. I think that would have been cool, to be honest. I know there was a couple of episodes where they kind of mention a thing or two about previous episodes and everything, but I just wish that it was more collective in some type of way. But I just can't really do anything, again, like I said, because this is just a show from back in the days, from the 2000s, so I can't really do anything about that currently right now. All we can do is just improve from what we have done already, so yeah, it definitely gives me ideas, I guess, in a way, if I ever wanted to make a kids type of show, honestly, but really make it more I don't know, nowadays, if that makes sense, or just kind of how Dragons is, if that makes sense, because in Dragons they're they have a dragon 2 to 3 dragons a season, and they kind of make the dragons kind of progress the series in some type of way. But yeah, that's honestly my opinion. But yeah, I think that's going to be my review for season 1 of the Lilo and Stitch series. Very, very curious of what season 2 is going to look like, honestly. I'm pretty sure they just named the season 2, but I'm pretty sure there's a whole show, so it's not necessarily a season, Oh my gosh, bro, they did Nani one of the episodes That's all I gotta say, bro. I'm sorry, man, but but yeah, that's going to be my review. If you guys did enjoy this review, definitely hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below, and also what episode do you guys remember from in your childhood watching this show. Honestly, I would like to know what episodes you guys like, you know, and like what experiment caught your attention, if that makes sense. Anywho, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out, guys. To enjoy every day, make every day nice day. Everyone stay positive and be positive. You guys already know to have a positive mindset. Peace.